audio on, and we are switching to live. And boom, what is going on, Civitai Twitch stream? Welcome to Not AI Video and Animation. We had a little bit of a scheduling mix-up, so we actually had to swap our days. Today is going to be the guest creator stream with my good friend, Machine Delusions, whose Civitai profile you are seeing on the screen right now. Tomorrow, we will be doing the normal AI video and animation stream. Sorry if that messed up any of your schedules, but the good news is everything will be recorded and put onto YouTube regardless. So, real quick, Phil, let me get a 1 2 1 2 so Twitch can tell me if your volume is good.
Check 1 2 coming at you live.
Can you guys hear Phil? Does Phil sound good to you, Twitch? How we sounding? Want to make sure you guys can hear before we get this going. Very low?
Yeah.
Very low? Okay, give me a second here. Let me pull his volume up. Give me another one, Phil.
Yo, check 1 2.
Is that better?
Coming at you.
How we sounding there? Better, but still not as loud as me. Unfortunately, very few people are as loud as me. I have his volume pulled all the way up, though. I think we'll be good. So with that being said, okay. For those of you that don't know, Phil, aka Machine Delusions, was the very first guest creator that we had on the stream before we officially started doing the guest creator streams. Phil was kind of like the guinea pig back when I had the idea for this, and we wanted to start involving the community more and showing what some of the really incredible creators out there are doing. And that stream went so well with him that it then spawned an entire Friday category. So Phil is my OG of this, if you could say. He is currently ranked number 2 on the Civitai leaderboard for asset creators. You can see him right here, Machine Delusions. So the man has the accolades. He has an entire profile of high quality LoRAs and just like workflows and assets for you guys to download. I know I said this before, but a handful of his LoRAs I use on almost every animation I did for the better part of the last year. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get Phil on the stream right here. We're going to full screen him. We are going to put you guys down. Phil, what is up, buddy? So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself for people that don't know you, and let's just get into it.
Yeah, for sure. For everyone who doesn't know me, my name is Phil, aka Machine Delusions. My icon you can see on my Civit profile here, the purple girl. That's pretty much the same icon across the entire web of my alias, Instagram, Twitter, the whole 9 yards. Machine Delusions. Been in the AI space for like pretty much since it existed, way before Midjourney ever existed, playing with Disco Diffusion, quickly mastering Disco Diffusion. Even before that, Style Gans and Pity, if anyone knows that. Back in the day, it was just Jupyter notebooks. There was no UIs, there was no ComfyUI, no automatic, nothing. And lo and behold, now we have a flushed out space. We have amazing creators like Boog and a lot of you guys chilling in the chat. And yeah, I'm just honored and excited for what the future holds. For today, I don't specifically have anything planned.
Hey, Phil, sorry. Is there any way that you could turn the audio up a little on your side? Because I have you maxed out here, and they're saying that you're still low.
Still quiet.
Oh, and let me put my headphones on. I'm sorry. Anyone else? Can you confirm that Phil is good for you, or Can you guys like not hear him? Okay, Phil, we're good. The person who made the comment said he changed to another headset. So,
Classic. All right.
Engelstein said need Phil to sing a song to confirm. we're good.
Not
We're
gonna
good.
do
We're
that.
good. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, okay, so for today, like I don't have anything specifically planned or built out. I have a lot of stuff sitting on the back burner in terms of comfy workflows and amazing tips and tricks, and we can kind of like discover together what we're going to create. But I do have and have been deving a lot of custom nodes in Comfy, and I think a good starting point is to play with some of those and kind of like, yeah, show off some of my custom nodes in my pack and how you can use them, how you can incorporate them in your workflows. They are very, I guess, like abstract oriented and like just like straight art. Like there are some things I built for utility and other things where I'm just like, I want to make stuff that just looks cool. And that's kind of where I've been putting a lot of my energy lately is coding stuff for Comfy that's like allowing me to just make cool stuff. So for
So
anyone,
first things first. Tell them how they can download your nodes and what they have to search for in their ComfyUI manager.
for sure. So yeah, in Comfy, if you don't, I'm sure you already do, but there's a Comfy manager. You just click on that, install custom nodes here at the top, and then all you have to do is type FIL, and then you'll see Philip TM and Comfy FIL Nodes, and just hit install. You can also click this link, and it should bring you right to my GitHub. And on my GitHub, I have an explanation. Some nodes are utilitarian, like this image randomizer, which is basically built for IP adapter. You just give it a folder directory and of images, and it will pull an image at random every time you hit go, which is really good for IP adapter. You just load up a folder with all your reference images and just like let the thing roll overnight if you queue up like 100. Simple things like caption saver, that's more utilitarian for my my dataset creator. I'm surprised this one's not in there, but just like I just wanted to just display the image size, right? But then going into more of my artistic nodes here at the bottom here, we have Pixelator. We'll jump into that a little later. We've got some audio reactive stuff that I'm slowly working on. It's implemented, but there are some bugs. And then we got some stuff that's like ASCII art and all sorts of fun stuff like that. So a lot of them I actually haven't pushed yet because I made them over the last couple of days. But I'm just gonna go ahead and load them in to Comfy here so we can see what we're working with. So we have Pixelator, we have hexagonal pattern, we have ASCII, we have glitch, we have ripple, and we have pixel sort.
Guys, these ASCII nodes he made are so cool.
They're a lot of fun to play with. They're at first glance when I built the thing, the ASCII thing, it was unclear to me how versatile they actually could be. But I quickly found that like this one little node, this ASCII node, allows me to pull so many styles out of like the simple concept of just ASCII art. And for those who don't know, ASCII art is art made of characters or like letters or anything you can basically punch on your keyboard. You've probably seen it around the internet once or twice. So let's start with the ASCII one. And for this one, we're just gonna load in an image. all my nodes do work with videos, by the way. And in fact, let's actually do that. Let's load a video instead because it's a little more compelling when things are moving. So I'm just gonna pull in this, and this is a piece that I made. You can find all my art on my Instagram. This kind of like sums up my style, just a lot of abstract, geometric. I don't even know how to describe it, but that's kind of the stuff I like to make. And yeah, we're just gonna load that in. I'm gonna keep the frame load cap at 16, and we're gonna get a VHS combined. Put this to 15 FPS, turn that to MP4, turn off the metadata, save the sauce. And here we go. So I'm just gonna hit go. Loads in 16 frames, does the ASCII magic thing, and on the other end we get animated ASCII art.
So sick.
Simple as that. It's really fun to play with. Okay, so some interesting things about this node, right? Anything that is pretty much black pixels, like close to black pixels, it will actually ignore it and leave it as negative space, which was a big thing I wanted. I want with ASCII art, it's easy to be like visually overwhelmed with like what's happening. If you just zoom in here, you can kind of see the letters there better. And it's like typing my name, Machine Delusions, in a random order. Yeah, so the big thing was like I want a negative space to be true negative space. So that's a really nice touch here. The other thing that is really fun is we have font size and we have spacing. So I'm just gonna leave this as it is, and I'm gonna bump the font size up to like 50 and the spacing up to 50 as well, just to keep everything aligned. And essentially, like you get more of like just random letters on the screen. Um, to taste, really. I mean, I never bring it this high, but I allowed you to go all the way to 100 on both of them, which again gives you an even bigger letter. But the interesting part is when you go back down to the default values, and let's just start playing with spacing now. So just for reference, we're gonna have our control settings. So the one on the right here is going to be like our um, our ground truth, basically. So now I'm gonna half the spacing value from the font size. So that's kind of just been like my general rule here. Watermark, creepy guy in the Discord says watermark built into the video. I love that idea. It's hilarious. So
How
I
long?
bumped the spacing.
No,
Go ahead.
real quick, Phil. How long did it take you to actually like from the time you had the idea to like sit down and build the node? Like, how long did you spend building the node before you got something that worked this good?
So I'm gonna touch on that really quickly. Full disclosure, I am not a dev at all. Like I barely know how to code. I know enough Python to look through it and understand structurally what is happening. I don't have a lot of practice actually writing from scratch. So what I've been doing is yes, I see Ask GPT, and in my opinion, GPT actually is bad. So what I've been doing is I've been going back and forth with various LLMs, GPT. I recently moved to Claude from Anthropic, and I bash my head against the keyboard and fight with the LLM until eventually it starts to do things that simply work, or do not error at the very least when I load stuff into Comfy. Um, and once I've gotten that kind of ironed out, I edit the chat history of of me and the conversation. Basically, I edit the conversation between me and the LLM so that like here was my question, here was all the bullshit that like I didn't want, and then finally it gave me the answer. And then like once I got that answer, I delete everything in the middle, so it becomes my question and working code, and there's no other stuff in the middle. I repeat that process a bunch of times, and by like the third kind of like successful piece of code that's been written that just works, it will generally just do that indefinitely. I run into all sorts of problems and like consistently have to go back and forth with the chatbots. But to answer your question in the most roundabout way possible, Boog, probably a couple hours. Couple hours it took me.
Cool, man. So, and we got one more question from Twitch that says, how how system intensive is it to just do this simple ASCII setup right here that you have on the screen? Like, how much VRAM? And because I know the VRAM also depends on the numbers you put in for the spacing and the font size if you make it more demanding. So, kind of give us a range of what we could expect VRAM wise.
Totally. So this is an interesting conversation because the nodes that I've created don't actually take VRAM. But this is straight Python code. There is actually no diffusion happening here. No machine learning or AI in the traditional sense. We are doing it inside Comfy, but Comfy is just executing Python code. So, with that being said, it should be able to run on most decently strong CPUs. I know there's a good friend in my server who did have some problems running specifically the ASCII node. And it's hard for me to bug fix because there was no errors, there was no failures. It was just like Comfy just kind of like quit the server or like just kind of like shut itself off.
Mm.
And I haven't gotten down to the reasoning, but the only thing I can think of is something to do with the strength of his CPU. But just know that if you have a decently strong computer, generally speaking, it actually doesn't matter what kind of graphics card you have, and like that's a big plus. It's a big plus for a lot of people.
Sick. ASCII for everyone.
So, kind of going back to like the styles that this thing can produce. This is our ground truth, and I'll just put a note here, and I'll say spacing 20, and what was it? Font size 20. And so this one is spacing 10, font size 20. And if I zoom in here, you can see that the spacing starts to the letters start to overlap, and you can get really interesting effects out of this simply because the values are overlapping. And if I amplify that effect even further, you essentially start to minimize the distance between all the letters, and it kind of like brings the original video back at a point. Um, but keep in mind that the more spacing you have and the smaller font size, it does take longer to process. Understandably so. There are more letters on the screen. But you can see here, like it becomes very, very, I don't even know, just like abstract and interesting looking.
It almost looks like it's putting like some type of like light refractions in certain parts of like the highlights and the shadows that look really cool.
Yeah. Oth- Other interesting points of this node, I'm actually going to bring this back to 20, and we're going to just make it all zeros instead
It
of
looks a
my
bit
name.
like 90s game cutscenes.
Yeah, 100%. So now we have all zeros, right? One thing that's interesting that was kind of a side effect, really, when I was putting it together, was the last character in your string of characters here in this parameter, the last character will always be set to the luminance. So anything that's like the brightest spot in your image, anything that's like closest to white pixels, will be the last character. And why this is fun is we can put anything here. I can put a period and just let that run. And you'll notice that the periods will be placed anywhere that there's high luminance. So here's the original for reference. And you can see her shoulder, a little bit of her face, and they all become dots, periods. Another interesting thing you can do is on the last character, just put a space. Literally just put empty space. And now you essentially get negative space where there would be luminance. Another really interesting thing is it actually works for alt codes. So we can go to our alt code list, and I'm going to look for a square, which is 219. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to hold Alt 219, let go, and now we get a square. I hit Enter. I hit Go. And now my ASCII generator has become a pixel art simulator. And we can exasperate this even further by bumping down the spacing just a little bit to make the squares overlap. And then we get a actual true pixel art style. So I'm actually going to bump it down one more.
Dude, that's so crazy. That looks better than most of the pixel art LoRa's.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's true pixel art. So there you go. So now there's no spacing between the pixels, and this is drawn with alt code squares, but this is technically ASCII art, which is wild to me. So that was an interesting thing that I like kind of found when I started playing with the alt codes. I was like, holy crap. You can even go even crazier. Alt code 3 is a heart. So now I'm just going to make the whole image hearts. Yeah, there we go.
Sick.
You can do some really fun stuff with this one. You can also do this one's really interesting. If I just do just like a bracket, yeah, and then I bump the spacing to like heavy overlap. Let that run. This one kind of I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's almost like pixel sort where things are like kind of melting because everything's made of like long lines. I guess it might work better actually with a capital I or something. But we'll see how this looks.
Yeah, my favorite one so far definitely were the squares with that gave the pixel art look. That looked really crazy.
Yeah,
Ooh,
the pixel art one's interesting. Yeah, so like I mean, you kind of get the point, right? Like depending on what characters you use, you really do get like a completely different style. Um like I bump the font size really high, 30.
Nice
But this
scanline effect.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly like a scan line. Yeah, and then here's a little bit more spacing. And then oh, the other one that I thought was really interesting is if you just do periods and then I do like font size 10, spacing 10.
and then since a lot of these guys too are image generators, they could just replace these two video nodes with image load and a image output, and just use this to convert their already generated images to this style, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like if I just load one picture and I hit go, obviously it's a lot faster, but you can imagine like this would just be like load image and we'll pick something weird. Yeah, that's
Sick.
weird.
Yeah, I like that one.
And then just like preview image and we'll just run it. So these are periods.
Sick.
Yeah. And like we almost get like a pixelated effect as well with this one, which is really interesting. What if I bump up like the font size even bigger?
The
It's a
moral of
lot
the
of
story
periods
is
it has to draw.
you guys should go install the FIL nodes in your Comfy right now.
So that is the ASCII art generator.
Um,
And
One question,
yeah.
Matt. I know it's called ASCII node, but does it support Unicode?
What's Unicode?
The extended character table.
That like this stuff?
Yeah, but that's only 255 codes, right?
Yes, correct.
And the Unicode is the extended with I think 255 by 255, probably.
I
Because you could use, for example, kanji or other Cyrillic letters, things like that.
let's see if this works. Just this Arabic star. I mean, I think it works.
Uh,
Now,
it's your node.
well, okay, so here's the thing, right? Keep in mind it is using a font, right? So I feel if this doesn't work, if this just shows us squares, actually this is a bad example because everything's overlaps like crazy. But if this just shows us squares, then we know that never mind, it works.
Ooh.
I didn't even think of that. Unicodes. Well, that's incredible.
There you go.
Definitely.
But it is using Arial font, which pretty much every Windows machine just has Arial built in. So that was kind of like my hesitation, like, oh, like what is this? What am I even looking at here?
Oh, when you say Arial, can you change the font?
I haven't exposed that, but if you are savvy enough, yes, you can go in the node and completely change the font, whatever you want.
And if
Uh,
I'm not, could you do that?
yeah, but then I'm pushing it back on the user to then find a TTF file and load it themselves.
Okay.
Couldn't you also just do a font selector, maybe?
Because I want to use
Yeah,
Comic Sans with it, please.
Comic Sans. Oh,
All right,
Hansel,
you're
dude, why
banned.
did you set me up so hard? That's hilarious.
But
Oh, but okay, so here's a great example, right? Um, we're getting squares back, right? I gave it this Unicode, but we're getting squares back. And this is a classic thing in design when the font simply can't support whatever character you're trying to basically display. So if you see this symbol come back, it's because there's a font error, basically. But that's my ASCII node. Very, very fun to play with. We got a couple others here. We have hexagonal pattern. This one's pretty interesting. And what this one does, I'm just gonna hit go, is it makes
ooh,
hexagonal patterns.
oh,
So let's go through some of the parameters here. We have hexagon size, drop shadow offset, shadow color, background color, rotation, and spacing. So you could imagine hexagon size is the hexagon size. Max value 500, which I just displayed. Shadow offset, I can turn this to 0. The purple goes away, right? I can like bump this up to 20. You get like a deeper kind of like underneath kind of look. I just added this in just as like a fun little thing, kind of give it a little bit of depth. Background color, it's a string, so you can literally just type whatever you want, make it white, make it gray, make it purple. I
have a
might switch
question.
this to an
Since
RGB
they're
value later.
hexagons, could you make them line up?
Yes, but why they are not lined up is because of this rotation feature. And what this does is it looks like there's a mask, like an alpha matte over the entire image, but that's actually not what's happening here. What's actually happening here is every single hexagon is its own individual slice of the photo. And when I hit rotate and I shift it, every single slice rotates the image that's inside that hexagon slice. So if I bump up the hexagon size, it's a little more noticeable. Every
Wow.
single slice of the image is being rotated individually from each other. And you can get some wild effects out of this thing. And then spacing is, of course, just the spacing between the hexagons. And then, of course, you can kind of get like an overlapping kind of function. This is definitely more captivating with a video. So I'm going to load up a video to show that again.
I want this on my wall.
Can you animate the rotations?
Yeah, so that I literally made all these nodes in the past like 20 hours. That is 100% what's going to happen. Pretty much every node in my effects pack, my effects collection here is going to have the ability to basically take like a function, probably preferably like a sine wave, but I might make one like linear as well. And the way I'm thinking of planning it is you choose your graph type, so linear, sine, ping pong, whatever, and then that value is selected, and then the next value you select is frame count, right? Because this only works over time. So let's say I picked a frame count of 20. So over 20 frames, it would start and resolve that cycle of the graph type you chose, basically. So for a sine wave, for example, 20 frames, 10 frames would be half of the cycle of the sine wave, and then the other half of the cycle, to give the whole effect this like breathing motion. I just was on a roll and I didn't want to implement that right away, but that's 100% in the books for this whole thing. I just wanted to sit down and like design like visually like what they do first. But let's run. What is this? 30, 16 frames. Yeah.
Someone said, dude working to replace touch designers single-handed.
Big inspiration, 100% from Touch Designer. I don't know. I always like thought Touch Designer was fun. Yeah, like look at this nonsense. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, but over the course of like a full animation, that could be super cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm only doing 16 frames for the sake of time. Especially if like everything was animated and stuff too. We already do so much in Comfy. It like kind of like bothers me in a way. Like, yeah, this is really fun.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can get some wild stuff out of these things. And here's the other thing too, right? Like the whole point of nodes is I built this effect, right? You can do a decent amount of stuff within the effect, but then you could chain ASCII in here. You can chain any other of my other ones in here and build like quite an advanced piece of VFX right in the box with just like with nodes, and they're all already done for you. Yeah. So the rotation's a lot of fun to play with. Hexagon size is a lot of fun to play with. Yeah, like look at this. Really, really interesting stuff, especially when you get a video in here and every slice is its own like little video. This is my newest one actually, the hexagon one. But yeah, you can kind of like in your mind's eye kind of understand like once the parameters are animated and automated and their values over time through the frames, these effects are going to get out of control so quickly. The next one we're going to touch on is my glitch node.
Would you allow one question?
Yeah, of
again?
course.
So the rotation, can that be animated over the time too, or changed over time too?
The thing with Comfy is the second you hit Q, everything is like stamped in time, right? So if you're not stamping a schedule over time into that, it just wouldn't work. I mean,
Okay.
we also have
Mhm.
like we also have like a bunch of batch schedulers. That's something that I haven't tried like just natively in the box, nor have I coded anything to handle that, but like I honestly don't know. I don't even know if it would work. Let's try it. Rotation to input, give it my float value, and this shadow offset, black 70, and then I guess max frame 16. I mean, I don't know how this fizz node is coded. I believe it should just linearly transpose between these values. So let's just do like, 360 and 0. Let's just see what happens. If it does anything different. No. Okay, let's try like 180 just to make sure that it's not just keyframed and not. No, I don't think it is.
Okay. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, so something I have to build in. That was a great test. Thank you for asking.
I mean, because it would be weird, really weird of an effect to see the orientation of the hexagonals changing over the flow of the video.
And the thing is too, like, you could use something like Parsec to scan audio and have a float value bouncing on the transients. So like every time like a beat of a song hits, the effect is doing something, right? It's like a dry wet kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
that's
we
kind
actually
of where
we actually had
Go ahead.
Spencer say something in the chat. Spencer said maybe it works with an image list and not a batch.
the fizz node thing.
I think for whatever you were just trying to do.
I know what he's saying. Value schedule, image list, and not a batch. So let's just do like.
You guys, again, this is the big part of the process: is moving fast, trying things, breaking them, and if it doesn't work, you keep moving fast and breaking things until it does.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Hammering your head on the keyboard until it pauses off and loading.
Rotation. and then are you saying process them? Image list to image batch.
I think the
image
other way
batch.
around, batch to list. Yeah.
Yeah, I did try this. I don't think it works. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I also have to make them back into a batch for that. But it would work if I could schedule the value over time and just like run frames like through like the Q button basically. That should work. Syntax missing too many commas. No. Damn.
Well, it's cool.
But
We don't gotta get hung up on the hexagon rotation, but it's definitely something that if like you can make happen, it would be a game changer.
Needs more science.
Needs more science. Just for the the movement. I have a few ways that I'm thinking of doing it, but 100% it's possible. So yeah,
And
then
the audio reactivity idea is really great. Yeah.
yeah. That's pretty much where this is all going. I wanted a bunch of VFX, and I already have some kind of like audio reactive stuff. In my node pack as it stands, that is also being developed. There's some weird stuff that I want to iron out, like mentally too. Like there's a lot of ways you can approach audio reactive, and I want to make it in the most simple yet like low effort, high reward. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be this like process that you're like drudging through just to get like a friggin' number to move up and down. Like, no, I want it to be like art. So yeah, the next one on the list is the glitch node. This one's probably one of the more simple ones in the pack, but basically you just have like a glitch amount. It's using a pretty basic Python library. You have a color offset, and that's pretty much it. So if you have the value just set at 1, it sometimes does this weird like bluttery. No, it didn't do it. Okay. But yeah, so let's bump this up to like 6, and what it does is slices up your image
Dope.
pretty heavily. And then of course like you can like dial that into taste with your glitch amount. Also, it does have a seed value, so like every time you hit go, it is giving you a different arrangement of slices. And then the lower the value, the less kind of like chaotic it gets. It's slicing on both axes as well. So like this is what I would generally consider like a lower value. I also have like a RGB color displacement.
Oh,
And then
that's cool.
and then as you crank the value, it gets more extreme. But both get more extreme. So you can get some ridiculous stuff. And every time you hit go, it's cycling through a different channel scrambler, basically. Like the colors, RGB, it's scrambling the channels, which is super fun.
Dude, I feel like if you took the video, did some randomized glitch, it's just different glitch amounts, used the different color offsets, and then you took this and threw it into Spencer's simple audio reactive touch designer thing that he shared with us, and then even like push the colors even further in there, it would just get like so wild.
Okay, so here's the thing too. Like let's take this one level further, right? There's like nothing going on here. I'm loading a video, I'm running it through the node, and I'm like literally bouncing the video. But like what if we were to do let's do some silly stuff right now. Let's grab all these nodes because I just happen to have them chilling. Let's bring them over here, and basically what these are is color to mask, RGB. In this case, BGR. That's gonna bother me. Anyway, And we're gonna load up a mask video. Actually, just upload. It should be my default video. Thank you. And we're gonna take this and we're gonna load it into. Let's just do 16 frames for now. Boom, boom, boom. And basically so basically what's happening here is we have this mask video and it's literally just RGB colors being like cycled. And I'm scanning for each color, so the blue, the red, the green individually, and I'm turning those colors into masks, which is basically just a white and black video picture, whatever. I'm blurring it slightly, and then I'm bouncing it back to a green mask, if I actually need that. So with that being said, what can we actually do with this? Well, we can take a channel and we can apply it to. We have this effect, and we have our original video, but let's have the effect roll over basically one of these colors. So let me just think for a second, like how I want to do this. Do I want to paste by mask?
This is gonna be wild. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Is it paste by mask? It might be paste by mask.
Like
I don't
Christmas for
need
your
these.
eyes.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a lot. Image base, and then this will be image to paste, and then we'll take this value here, and then we'll VHS combine it and do that. We'll see what happens. 16, 16. I might get an error here because this might not be the correct size. Really, dude? Come on. Mask to list.
I believe.
Or mask list. Masks to mask list. Bruh. The things I do for love, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Now I might get an error here. We're gonna find out. Good guy masquerade nodes. No error. So now what we should get is my original video being with the effect being kind of like melted on top via the mask,
Oh my god.
hopefully. It's taking a long time to compile. That's I think
Did oh
I think it's such a short video that you can't see the effect actually happening. Or no, I don't think the mask is moving, which means that all of these need to be image batch to image list. So all of these need to be lists because this mask is a list.
dude, people are putting ASCII images they're already making with your ASCII nodes in the chat. I love it.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. And then list to or image list to batch. Bounce it back to the VHS. That should work. Boom. It worked. I love that.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
So let's actually resize this. I need to resize this. Let's resize this too. We'll resize this to image resize, and we'll call that 768. I think to this, and then that into that. This into here. Boom, boom, boom. Try that. Oops. Wrong dimensions. There's no standardization in Comfy, man. Who starts with height? Why is height on top? Everybody knows it's width height.
Yeah, man, this is so crazy being able to do this stuff directly in Comfy and not and like guys like you are pushing it so that like we slowly can do all of our comping, because there's already color matching and hue and saturation adjustment and all these things in Comfy, and I've been using those a lot on some recent projects I've been working on, just so like it eliminates one step further that I have to like do outside of this. And the closer we can get to doing everything in Comfy is just going to be wild.
Yeah, that's exactly why I started making this kind of stuff. Is there's so many good tools to do this stuff, and like arguably better. Like it's no secret. Like Comfy is not the best place to do these kind of things, but to have the functionality available to you if you wanted to do it should be there.
Bro, look at that. That looks
Yeah,
insane.
it's
That
pretty trippy.
is so cool.
It's pretty trippy. We can take this even further. We we could
No.
use we could use the ASCII art one now.
Mercy.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. This is gonna go on YouTube, so like you'll be able to like pause the video and look at the node setup and do the whole thing. I know we're kind of moving and grooving here, but use the YouTube video to like pause it, see what's possible, build it, and then iterate it for yourself and try to create something even newer than what Phil's doing right now.
But the thing is as well, is what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? I'm gonna post this. Like all this nonsense I'm doing right now. Like I'm gonna post it to Civit.
Amazing. See, there you
It's
go.
not nonsense. It's art.
There you go.
Okay, let's take this a step further.
Dude, I love
Now
this
let's-
effect. The best part is that the mask brings like it goes from the glitchy to it actually brings like the actual image back to the front, and then yeah.
So I added a second effect, and basically now because we technically have 3 masks here, right? We have red. What aired? God damn it! The stupid mask thing. We technically have 3 masks here, right? We have the red, the green, the blue, but we're only utilizing 1, right? So like now I've just added a second effect into this roster. So now we have ASCII art on one of the masks, we have the glitch on the other, and the original on the missing. So, and actually this should be source size unmask. Actually, we'll have to play with that. This is for the sake of this example, like I should probably just only do like 10 frames for speed. But we'll let it go anyway, because it might be cool. 10 frames. 10 frames.
And guys, notice that if you try to find any of the nodes that Phil's using right now and you don't happen to have them, if you search the name that's on that little tab sticking out of the top right of the nodes, you should be able to find the pack in your manager if you want to download these things that you don't have.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are not pushed yet to GitHub, like Ripple, Pixel Sort, the hexagonal, and glitch. Yeah, pretty much all of them here except for ASCII. ASCII is live. But like literally in the last like 20 hours, I threw all these other ones together. And that's been super fun. But yeah, I'm gonna be pushing them quite soon once I push my ego aside and just do it.
Dude, I really want to see what your pixel sort one does, because that's
a
an
hard
effect
one.
that I really love.
I love that effect too. I'm gonna be transparent with you, Boog. I haven't nailed it yet.
Gotcha.
It does the thing, not as good as I want it to do it. So I'm still working on that one. This is taking way too long. Why? Go away. Oh, I think I know why, actually. No, I don't know why. Maybe it's because this one is actually not. Actually, I want this here.
Hey, Erdman, in the Discord, if you scroll up a little in the chat, you'll find the link to the GitHub.
Where are we in this chain? Okay, there it goes. So there's our 10. Oh yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Whoa. Whoa.
Beautiful.
Give us a couple more frames on that. That's a tease.
Yeah. We're gonna run it now. Now I figured out the problem why it was taking so long. So now we're gonna run the whole thing. Well, like one loop. Yes.
Man. Man,
Madness.
every time you come on, you got something to blow everyone's minds. I love it. This is every Friday, the guest creator streams are getting like, I feel like for the people coming on are getting more and more difficult to want to come on, because every week someone's doing something, like showing something super crazy that they're working on or that they're doing.
Can we use mask or blur the effect? Blur the effect how, mayonnaise? In Twitch? Or Menesi? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name.
Did the mask pause?
The mask did pause. Why did it pause? It stopped.
It's like a
Why did
peekaboo.
it stop? Oh, I see. I only loaded. I see. I mean, it's smart enough to hold the last frame for the last, like, whatever, 130 pictures, but
Like, it's pretty funny. It's kind of like she's just like looking through the peephole.
yeah. It's like a flower. It's like a glitchy. I don't even know.
Flower.
Here we go. Trippy.
Whoa.
It's so wild. That moving thing at the end, I don't think this is the right node to do this with. I think it might be blend. Image blend? Image 1, image 2. There's no mask on that though. Spence, do you have any suggestions on that? Image blending mode. Blend by mask.
Oh,
Aha!
I think I
That's-
usually
that's-
use like, yeah. Oh, yeah, that one doesn't take a green mask though.
It doesn't need to.
Oh, I do composite. That's what I do. Blend with composite. That's the way I usually do it.
Blend with composite.
But it needs to be converted to mask.
Oh my god, so many composite nodes. Composite from mask? Image composite from mask. Maybe. Let's try that. Image from image to image to mask. Where are you? No, that's the bad one. Image to mask. That's my mask.
Image composite mask. That's what I do.
Pixel
wanna see what this
Pusher
does.
Pixel Pusher redeemed a highlight on Twitch to say Jabba.
Classic Jru.
Check out the image someone just posted in the chat on Discord real quick. The Mr. Burns.
On Discord.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so good. Okay. For the people in Twitch, this is what we posted.
That's so good, man. It's literally a 3-node setup.
Oh my god. That's actually amazing. And so like that's the funnest part about this node is like you don't need to diffuse anything. You could this is just a GIF, right? Someone just loaded a GIF in.
Great job, Dutera.
Let's run this again. I just want to see what this does. Yeah. That's what we want. Beautiful. Okay, so this is the one. So bye-bye. Okay, so this we have our image to mask, so we do need 3 of these. Boom, boom. Another one, another one. Mask, mask. So image from is my base. This here. Move all these over. This is my base image, and that goes. No, we only need it once because now that's the base, and that is also the base. That becomes this. Like this.
Creepy guy. That you should be able to just change the letters used in the ASCII node. Like you just type in the characters used in that bottom bottom input in the node.
So we have glitch. We have ASCII. Yeah, I actually like the order of this better. So like that to there, that and there. Get rid of this. And then what the last effect, let's use let's use
Ripple?
the
How good is Ripple?
Ripple,
No?
it's pretty good. No,
Okay,
it's very good.
Okay.
The Ripple one is actually incredible.
All right, let's see it.
This is a bad, like you're gonna be seeing it like in action immediately. I already have that, so I don't need this. Don't need this. And then it's a batch. Yeah, okay. Run it. So now we're using three masks, right? Now we're using all 3 of these, right? Red, green, blue. I'm just resizing the videos so that they're the same. They're being converted to masks. Each one of them. Oh, this is actually going to fail because I needed one of these. Like this. We can minimize these. And then we have Gaussian blur. This is like the blur is just to like kind of like take the hard edge off of the transition between those mask colors.
Yeah.
And then those are being sent into these. Ripple is being applied right now. And then so now we have the glitch, which is pretty apparent here. We have FIL ASCII, which hasn't come through yet, and we have the Ripple, which is processing right now. I'm taking the original video into here and the glitch, and then we get an output, and then that output gets fed in as the new original video with an ASCII with the new mask, and then that same process again. So we're training all the compositing together based on the masks. And then that goes up and gets compiled down into the video here. But yeah, some of these nodes do actually take a while. I mean, I am processing 150 frames, and it is just like raw Python code. So like,
It's
it'd be
all
what
good.
it'd be.
This'll probably be a good one to wrap us up here, since this one's taking a minute. I'm really excited to see the Ripple node thrown into the mix, though.
Do we have time to go over one more thing, Boog?
Yes, we do.
Okay. What's our cutoff time?
There's no real cutoff time. There's just I think probably we can do like another 30 minutes. You think?
Okay, that's cool.
Sick.
But let's clean this up a little bit. So we have this, we have our mask, we have our video.
6-hour stream when? Only if you guys will actually sit in here with me for a full 6 to 12 hours, if that is what you guys want.
Dude, don't even lie. We sit in Discord for more than 6 hours a day.
I know, but it's different when you're sitting in a Twitch stream and people are not talking to you. That is different.
That's fair. 6 of spaghetti? I'll
Say-
double down on that, as long as there's meatballs. Come on, Ripple. Figure it out, dude. The effect as it stands is pretty nice, though. You can see the mask blending and the effect bleeding.
Yeah, man, that looks really, really, really sick.
Yeah, it's super smooth. Oh, it did the thing. Oh god,
Thing.
now it's gonna fail. No, it's gonna fail. God damn it! I'll show the ripple effect, just by itself. Take this. Take this 1 frame. Preview picture. Turn all this off. So here's the ripple
Whoa.
effect. Yeah, it does a good job. It does a very good job. And then yeah, so we have amplitude. I'm gonna have to make this one more efficient, I think. And then we have frequency.
Can you put a video combine in so we can see what the movement looks like on it?
Yeah, it's very fun. Nice, that's good.
Wow, now imagine that one being triggered by audio cues.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be very fun. And we'll just load 16 frames. Actually, this is probably taking a long time because these videos are friggin' massive. I think this video is like 2K.
So excited to see this moving.
It's wild. Like, I'm excited to implement the automation lines, like the just automation curves, easy in, easy out kind of stuff. It's gonna take all of these nodes to like that next level of like all the parameters being variable and stuff. There might actually be another easier way for me to do this that I'm thinking of. Doing it frame by frame and you being able to like watch it, because if I can't make these any more efficient, which I probably could, but like on the off chance that I can't, waiting around sucks. but it doesn't suck as much if you actually get to watch the thing like incrementally process and like
I
you
agree.
real time, like get that feedback of like, oh, it's doing something. I can like watch it do the thing. So that's going to be like my next thing. There's a lot of interesting nodes I came across specifically in the Deforum pack, and the way they handle basically iterating through pictures is really cool. Look at this.
Oh.
It's wild.
Yeah, man, there's so many cool implications of this stuff, and to think that like you just cobbled these things together recently and it's not even fully like tuned yet,
Yeah,
I
they're
think
not.
is
It's not
really
realized.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to be explored. But so that's that. I think the pixelator and the pixel sort are the last two to show, and I'll just do those quickly. So got ripple. Let's do let's start with the pixel sort one. Ah, I'm upset because it just needs to. This one needs to be better.
Let's see what the base effect is here. Because I recently just did a bunch of pixel sorting stuff that I like used IP adapter images that were already pixel sorted, and then I went into After Effects and like further exaggerated everything. Just like an effect I love so much when it's done right.
Yeah. So right now it's doing it on the y-axis or across the y-axis.
I see the lines.
I guess.
Ooh,
So this is
whoa.
Yeah. Well, this is at max. I probably have to make this float value like way more incremental.
That looks sick already though. That's something that I would run this in, and then I would take the video that I originally made and start compositing and like messing with all of it when I edit it all together. Like that's sick enough to be used as an extra layer on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And like this is a great example of me I have to dial the thresholds. Basically, I have to rescale all the values in the math to because like I brought it down 0.03 and like, this is kind of the effect. I would also like the ability to change the axis. So I'll have like a vertical or a horizontal switch, excuse me, for you to like, change the orientation of the effect. And then also I have to solve some of these glitching issues. But yeah, like 100%, man, like the base effect at full amplitude, it's really captivating. Like seeing this like blend kind of like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like smoke. It's like not it is pixel sorting, but it's like not at the same time. It's like really strange.
It looks like
Um,
it looks like a different version of like a a audio waveform, kind of.
yeah, exactly. And so that's pixel sort. It's very touchy and it needs a lot of work. But it does exist. And then the pixelator was actually one of the first nodes that kind of inspired me. This one's very lightweight,
Ooh.
and it basically does this stuff. So kernel size basically brings the line density down. So if I bring this back to just a normal resolution, it'll be much finer now. Yeah, so here we go. So the effect is much finer, right? If I bring up the kernel size, the lines should get thicker. And I just cooted.
Oh, did we lose Phil? Oh, damn, we lost Phil. We lost Phil. Phil went so hard for you guys that he has to. It looks like he has to reconnect. Womp womp. Dude, where else is there any place else that is doing like this type of AI art streaming content like this, that where like we bring these different people on, they show you guys live all these crazy workflows and all these different things they're doing. Like, is there anyone else doing this right now?
Not
Or
that I
we-
know of.
I don't think so, right? I feel like if there was, it would be something that I would be watching too. All right, Phil, are we back?
I'm back. Okay, I
You-
cooted. I tried to allocate more gigabytes than I had, so
You went too hard for
that's the
us.
thing.
Too hard.
See again, all work in progress, baby. Note to self: this is not optimized for batches. I tried to load a batch and it died. So, image to list, image batch to image list, image list to image batch. Boom.
So far it seems the common theme is list good, batch bad.
Well, no. In this case, I'm gonna just say it, like with the masks and shit, that's bad coding, straight up. Because all my other nodes do the thing because I handled batches, but this was the first node I built and I didn't handle batches. So it literally just is a coding thing, right? But in this case, this one I didn't implement that. So that's why you have to do this nonsense with the batches. You're either dealing with CUDA issues or it just literally just doesn't handle a batch.
Dude,
But yeah, so like
that looks wild. Because then, like, you could use your image pixelator node to essentially just generate like a soft edge or a line art annotator, kind of too, right? From
kind
something.
of, but like this was the actual desired effect,
Mm.
right? This
Whoa.
kind of like pixelated, squared off look. That's actually what this node is designed to do. And then as you bring this value closer to 0, it actually makes the squares bigger to the point of them just like engulfing the stream, and you just get this.
Whoa.
Basically. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I think like around 04, 05 is where I like to sit it at. Maybe like maybe like a little finer, like 0.6. And then I like to drop the kernel size a tiny bit to make the lines thinner. Yeah, something like that. So that's what this node does. And it's like really captivating when you load like the whole video. This one's actually quite lightweight, especially when you don't batch it like I just did. So yeah, this one processes stuff quite quickly.
Yeah, man, these are all so sick. Oh, nope. Nope. Phil, do we lose Phil again? Nope.
I'm here.
There? Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry, guys.
Can you still see it?
Yes. Yes. I don't know why my Discord X'd out.
And yeah, so here's like the full effect and the full animation. It's really, really, really fun to look at.
Sick.
I love the bouncing squares and stuff. Like as they like all this stuff that's like moving around from animate diff. Like I don't know, it's just like really fun to watch. And I posted this in a couple of places, and I honestly thought it was just like kind of like a throwaway idea, and people really seemed to like it. So I was like, okay, like there's something here. I should just keep rolling with this idea of like doing things that aren't necessarily diffusion, but two things of diffusion. And of course, like Spence in the chat is an excellent example of that, right? Is taking your art and not being satisfied with it just being what it is, kind of like pushing it that extra step and seeing like what else you can do with it. So like you could imagine with something like this, like let's put the pixelator thing here. Do I want to do this? Do you guys want to see like the 3 masked of all the 3 effects?
Yes. Let's go for it.
All right, let's go for it. Oh my god. Let's do rip enable into that. Get rid of this. Disable it and enable it all. And yeah, that should be fine. Let's just run it.
Oh yeah, these are so cool. That even just like I'd want to see what it would look like if you take the one you just had out of the pixelator and then you take like because you took an animate diff, you ran it through that, and then what if you took that output and then ran that back through animate diff with that new little bouncing pixel motion on it?
Yeah, and like you said, right? Like you could take that the pixelator node, the pixelator output, and feed that video effect in as a like line art annotator, and it should just do the thing, right? Because it's black background, white lines, exactly what is all needed for excuse me for line art, and I bet you can get some like really wild effects. So yeah, wow, that took a lot faster than I thought. Wild when you build your workflow correctly, it actually can be optimized.
Yeah, no keyboard banging necessary.
Nice.
Oh,
Whoa. So we have 3 effects here, right? We have the pixelator, we have the ASCII, and we have the glitch, all like working in tandem. Maybe the effect isn't as like well received simply because we have 2 black background effects here. But it would be interesting. Like, what if we did? What can we do? Let's take the ASCII one and let's bump like the font size down. And yeah, let's just do that. Let's see how that runs. So we get more of like an overlap effect and like tighter characters, so you get more color coming in through there. And while that loads, I'm gonna set up. Actually, yeah, I'll load in a different workflow to play with those. The last thing I'd like to touch on that won't take very long because the workflow is already built and it's ready to go, is I have a collection of 5 Disco Diffusion LoRa's that I built, and they do some really interesting, intricate things. They let me pull up an example here because it's kind of hard to explain. They do things in the realm of this.
ooh,
So this kind of stuff is disco diffusion, and the subject is not as important as the style that you see here. It does all sorts of like random little intricate stuff like this. It's weird, it's quirky, but if for anyone who's actually used disco diffusion, this is exactly what it used to look like. And I'd love to play with them with you guys, just to show you, because they're so much fun. Simply because the art style is so unique. It's still chugging.
those are sick.
Come on, ASCII, you can do it.
And you said you made 5 LoRa's based around that?
Yeah, I made 5 LoRa's. And I could make a lot more simply because I have all the data. I have thousands of disco diffusion renders. But the reason I made 5 is because there were so many styles, and I only picked my favorite 5 out of my collection of images, and I designed them to use them in conjunction with each other. And when you use like 2 or more and kind of like dial them in, you can get some like very interesting results. But if this would hurry up, but while that's doing the thing, let's load my basic photo. All right, so this is my basic photo workflow. Yeah, as you can see, like here, with my CPU and my GPU and stuff, I'm basically using no resources as it chugs through the ASCII thing, because it's just code. It's just like doing the thing. Excuse me. ASCII. Sasuke. All right, we're canceling it. We're killing it. I killed it. All right, so this is go ahead.
Oh no. Nothing.
This is a basic workflow that I built, and basically all it does is make pictures. So I'm going to load up my Photon LCM. I'm going to put boo, give me a prompt. Simple, it doesn't matter.
Simple, doesn't matter. Sci-fi flying spaghetti monster.
Oh my
shout
god.
Shout out to Pixel Pusher in the chat.
Jesus. And so here are my 4 LoRas. We have Disco Demons, Disco Goth, Aurora Boris, and Quantum and Sauce. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah.
Okay, hey Phil,
5
sorry,
LoRas.
real quick. This man has been requesting this the entire time in the chat. Can we please just put Jabba the Hutt looking back at you as the prompt? Let's just put it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. He's been here for
the Hutt.
Looking back at you. He's been here for like an hour and a half. He's been requesting this. Let's just do it for him.
Is it in Twitch?
Yeah, it's in Twitch.
Jabba the Hutt looking back at you. All right. Oh my god.
We are not putting thick 1.2 in parentheses. You're not getting that.
Thick 1.2. Damn. Uh-oh. What have we done?
Twitch ban
This is your fault,
incoming.
J-Bo.
I'm zooming out just in case.
Put it on your other screen.
Yeah, let's just be
Get rid of
safe
all
there.
his-
Let's be safe there.
I mean, it's Jabba. It's Jabba. But yes,
Are we safe? Are we safe?
I mean, it's all right, I suppose. it's more.
I don't know,
morbid.
guys.
I don't.
I don't know.
It.
No. Let's go back to my flying spaghetti monster, Pixel Pusher. No, I think we're okay on that because it was definitely Jabba the Hutt, but we're not going too deep into the Jabba thing. I thought we would be safe because we said Jabba the Hutt and we didn't specify anything else of the sort, but we're not going to take any chances. Are we safe, Phil?
We're safe.
We're safe. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
rendering spaghetti.
All right. Hope you guys are happy. I tried to do it for you.
God. Look at these. These are ridiculous. This one's like this one's a spaceship.
Yeah, space station.
Oh my god. I guess we put sci-fi in the prompt.
Ooh.
I like this one. This one's really cool.
I like the one on
Oh
the right.
my god,
Whoa.
what is this? Oh, what have we done?
I mean, it's Stable Diffusion, so.
Okay, so with that being said, let's turn on some of my LoRa's here.
Okay, so that was just the Spaghetti Monster prompt with Photon LCM, right?
Correct.
Okay. So guys, that was just a basic image generation using the Photon LCM model that we use on the stream every week because it's fast and it's dope. It's on Phil's Civitai profile for you to download.
So I'm actually gonna load up 2 LoRa's. I'm gonna use Disco Sauce, and Disco Demons, and we're gonna put Demons at 0.4, and we're gonna run that, and we're gonna see the difference. So a little rundown of this workflow, because it is like weird and interesting. I'm basically just like loading up my basic stuff. I have 1 K sampler. I'm running 18 pictures in a batch, 512, 640. I'm upscaling them. I'm high res fixing them twice at 35%. Sorry, 25% increase each with a quite low denoise. And then that gets spit out over here. So this is basically what my LoRa's do. And they're very unique LoRa's. Wow, I really like this one. That one's cool.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, these are nuts.
Dude, these are dope.
What? Okay, let's upscale this one. Let's
Ooh.
upscale this one, and let's upscale the spaceship thing. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this at 0.1, and once you've selected them, right, with the preview chooser, I can proceed with the run, and it will proceed to my upscale. Excuse me, my upscalers. So it's just doing a classic slice and stitch upscale. So here's pass 1.
Did you say you're releasing these? You're showing these because you're releasing them, right?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. They're on my Patreon, all 5 on my Patreon. I will release 1 on stream, but you guys have to vote which one. I will create a very basic workflow. I will show you like the range of styles of what they actually do, and we can just like set a quick poll or something, and I'll release 1, and the rest will be forever locked away in Patreon if you choose to support me.
I think that's a pretty good deal, guys. You guys obviously see how much work Phil puts into all the stuff that he does and how much knowledge he has. So if you guys like what he does and you want more of the stuff, which he posts a lot of high quality, dope things on his Civitai profile, ain't no shame in trying to make some money for all of the time and effort spent.
I also it's not about the money, honestly. It's about the it's like a value thing, but also I want to start giving away more premium stuff that I've spent, and yourself as well, Boog. We've spent hundreds, if not thousands of hours doing this stuff, perfecting it and refining it. There are some workflows, there are some training scripts, there are a lot of things that I want to start releasing, tutorials and whatnot, even like more one-on-one kind of like help, expertise, consulting, whatever. But time is limited. We all have jobs. We're all like very present in the space. It's only getting crazier. And I do want to give it back, but like let's be honest here. We're entering the time of AI where simple little things that enter the open source can very easily and do like it's not an if, it's more of a when, they do get eaten up and monetized under
Mm-hmm.
a company or a service or whatever. And I'm almost certain a lot of things that I've already done information that I've already passed along, it has benefited many for like financial gain.
I
And
got a couple.
there is no kickback, right?
I got a couple DMs a few months ago from people on Instagram that follow me that let me know that someone on Patreon had locked one of the workflows that I released behind his Patreon paywall and was passing it off as his. I'm not going to say any names, but just so you guys are aware, like that stuff is happening. So those of us that really put stuff out, like it's something in the back of our minds, but then there's also the open source spirit that we stay in, but there's definitely no shame in finding a balance between the two things.
Yeah, well said. So our spaghetti monster came out pretty cool. I just typed in surreal demon warrior, hooded angel of death, blazing fire and ice,
Sick.
and these LoRa's produce the most ridiculous stuff. Like, oh my
Whoa.
god,
Whoa.
what is even happening here?
Hey
Like,
Phil, real quick before we go any further, type in or paste the link to your Patreon in the Discord chat, then I'll go ahead and throw it in Twitch for everyone.
yeah, no problem. Let's see here.
Oh, someone in chat got it already. Thank you. Thank you. I'll go ahead.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They're snooping fast. Jesus.
Luckily, your machine delusions everywhere, so it works out.
It does, yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and upscale just a couple of these. But a lot of these workflows, I do want to start releasing. I have a lot of like, I I honestly have a lot of workflows that simply can just be wrapped and sold as a product on its own. And whether that happens or not, I still want people to play with it. But I'm trying to kind of like filter out that crowd that is just like aimlessly scraping the internet for everything. But these LoRa's are like near and dear to my heart because simply put, nobody has this data because for anyone who doesn't know, Disco Diffusion, it took you upwards of 2 hours to render one picture. 2 hours. Like, to think that we spit this stuff out in seconds now, it blows my mind. Oh my god. These
So
are so
are you
weird.
right now? Are you grabbing an image from each one and then everyone's gonna vote, or?
Yeah, let's do that. I actually have a workflow. Where is it? 5 LoRa concat. Beautiful. I had designed this workflows specifically to do this. Not this part, just like me testing my LoRa's. Okay, so let's do log cabin in the woods. Sure, let's hit it. See what happens. So I have my
Bro,
5 LoRa's loaded up. Go ahead, Foo.
ComfyUI should be paying this man rent.
So each
Creepy.
LoRa.
Sorry, Phil. Creepy
Go
guy
ahead.
asks, what level on your Patreon unlocks the LoRa's?
I believe it is the believer, which is the $10, I believe. But that basically unlocks everything. So, and it never will be more expensive than that, even for like the workflows, the training scripts, basically everything, as well as there are and will be many more LoRa's than just these 5. Right now, there's also Vector Pop, which is a really interesting LoRa that's on there as well. That one looks like this, where it's like very flat, illustrative kind of thing. I have another example of that. Stable, clean vector look, vector pop. Yeah, it produces stuff that looks like this. This is vector pop.
Whoa.
A style I hold very near and dear. I love this style. Took me quite a while to dial it. This LoRa specifically, the data I trained was my own art from months and months ago. So there is actually no like I'm not going and like scraping mid-journey for these. Like no, these are custom designed LoRa's that I hand designed because all the art that is like the style I created and then trained in myself over like many iterations of just like, you know, push and pull basically. But like super versatile, really fun. I think I have some cars as well that are also in this style. Let's see, cars. Yeah, stuff like this. This is also vector pop.
Whoa.
Really fun stuff. I love this style so much, and this is why it's behind a paywall, is because these ones are really sentimental to me. And they are very defining of my art style because they are my art style. But it's gotten to the point where I'm like, I want to see what other people do with it. I've run them into the ground and I've played with them so much. I'm just I'm waiting to see what other people do. Okay, so this is what I'm actually just gonna full screen this. This is what the 4 lures do. So we have Demons, Goth, Ouroboros, Quantum, and Sauce. They all have their own style. These are just the disco LoRa's, and here's the prompt: log cabin in the woods. If we did another prompt, let's say like portrait of a goth girl. Whoa.
Yeah, man. I really like those last two.
These are nuts. Wow. Or let's say like cat laying on a bed. And each LoRa, oh that's weird as hell. Each LoRa has like they're very strong and prominent styles. So I basically designed this workflow to allow for like dialing. And that's why like all the weights are different.
Dude, wait, scroll up on these. Scroll up on these. This is wait, no. We have to look at these before you go away from this.
I'm trying to like run away. I'm like, no, don't look at these. They're ridiculous. They don't even look like cats. And it's simply because like I said, the weights are all scrambly. So
All right.
let's see, Goth.
We got it. We got a suggestion here. Dune Space Guild Navigator.
Dune Space Guild Navigator. Dune Space Guild Navigator. Let's see here. Turn this down a little bit. And Quantum down a little bit.
I'm definitely getting Dune movie
Whoa.
poster vibes from the first one.
I don't even know what's going on here.
Although that's a plus for the topic.
So let's dial this a little bit more. So number 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's dial this one down. Let's dial number 4 down. Dial number 5 down. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Now we're talking. Was there? I guess there's spaceships in Dune. I don't know why. Like,
although the navigators are people, so the first one and the first example of the third LoRa wasn't that far off.
The
Of course, they are probably the most fucked up things in the universe.
Whoa. Here's the other thing to keep in mind too, right? Like this is very dependent on the base model you use, right? So like, let's just come over here and I'll use like if I use an anime model, let's just use Mistoon. Obviously, you're gonna get different stuff, and like clearly totally different, more flat, more anime. Whoa, that was pretty
Cool.
cool.
Whoa,
Like
that's cool.
working on like a ship or something. And let's see, number 3 needs to be dialed down a little bit. But yeah, like it's heavily dependent on the actual model you use, and I find they actually work better. Like let's use one of my models. My models is just gonna go ridiculous. I don't even know what's
Wow.
happening here.
Wow.
Some of them are so weird. Oh wow, I like that one. Sauce is Sauce and Demons are personally my favorite. Goth has a really interesting style. Like if I'm gonna bring this back to Photon for a second.
But I have
If
to
I
admit,
just
the overall weirdness of the third one, Ouroboros, is that right?
yeah, Ouroboros, yeah.
It also got something really awesome, really unique.
One of my close friends said to me that she uses my LoRa's a lot and she loves them because she uses them so sparingly, and she finds that they actually work as like good detailers, which I thought was really interesting. Like she uses them so lightly that they just like add like this like quirky kind of, I don't know how to describe it, just like intricacy or something. Yeah, and you can see here like as I change the prompt, it requires like different levels of weights to kind of like pull the effect out in totality. So like the goth one is sitting perfect in my opinion. Demons can be better. It also might be the fact that let's just bump up a step. Yeah, there we go.
Whoa.
What's that?
Okay, number 3, 1, 2, 3. Just like the weirdest stuff, you know? Oh yeah, there we go.
There we go. And
And then sauce can be a little bit more. Sauce is always the teal one. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Fell apart immediately. Oh,
Sick.
love it. That's actually great.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you want to upscale these models 100%. They respond so well. Nice. That's actually great. They respond so well to like heavy upscaling, slice and stitch, like that kind of stuff. And that's kind of why I was showing it to you guys in the first book, because I had all those upscalers implemented.
The last one is so crazy, man.
It's
I like the last one and the
wild.
first one.
That's this is what is it?
Sauce and
Sauce
Demons.
and Demons. Demons, man, like if I just did like Hell Demon. Hell Demon horns.
Whoa.
I mean, they all have their charm, right? Like goth is a really unique one.
Wow.
Now all the weights are too high, right? Like that's what I'm trying to illustrate here is each token is a totally different weighting in the latent space, and like this actually goes with all models, and I'm sure you guys have experienced this on your own accord. Nice, that's fucking cool. And yeah, oh my god, Demons goes hard.
Bro.
Nice. And what was that, 4? Yeah. And then sauce. I don't know. A little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Oh man, it's like you're just finding the sweet spot of just chaos, you know?
Yep.
I think I'm happy with that. Just absolute wild. And I think like I think the like I said, the fun part about the set is using them as a set, right? Because right now they're all individual and you can kind of see what they're doing on their own accord. But when you start to mix and match them, and like may I add, using them very sparingly because they will fight each other, you can like find that balance between them, and it just does like the most absolutely ridiculous stuff. Here's another example of some demons that like I really dialed in and I'm like super happy with. Stuff like this. This is upscaled fully as well.
Hey guys, is there a way for us to do a poll in the Twitch chat? Is there a way that we can do this that I just don't know about because I haven't done it before?
That's a good question. I don't know so much about Twitch.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, sick. Okay, I got it. / poll. Got it. We're gonna do this right now. And then so / poll, and then what do I write after / poll?
Nothing.
Okay,
Just
question
enter.
is,
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay, got it. Give me a second. I'm gonna set up the poll for you guys to vote which LoRa he should put on the site. Which LoRa?
what is the fourth called?
The 4th LoRa?
Yeah.
It is killed Quantum.
I'm making the poll right now,
Okay,
Aritaku.
okay.
So yeah, give me a second. Goth, just leave this screen right there, real quick. Phil or Boris, Quantum, and Sauce. Okay, guys, we're going to leave this poll open for 2 minutes, and everyone gets 1 vote, and we're starting it right now on Twitch. So if you guys want to vote for which one of Phil's LoRa's he should put on the site, unlocked behind his Patreon, the poll is at the top of our Twitch chat for the next 2 minutes. So go vote on it, and we will see.
I'm actually super interested to see what people want.
I'm watching it. I'm watching Sauce and Demon fight it out right now. It's like going back and forth between those two.
Can I see the poll? Where is this?
Yeah, so if you go to the
you're watching.
Yeah, so if you go
Yeah,
on the Twitch chat, you can see it happening live as people vote. So
do I get to vote? I mean, I am in the chat. I'm giving Goth some love. I'm giving it one. Oh, I have to
So
log in.
which one do you not want to release?
No, I have found a use case for all of them, to be completely honest. And like I said, I'm using them in their very extremes right now.
And are these 1.5?
These are 1.5. In the future, I will be making a lot more XL. The reason why I've been focusing so much on 1.5 simply is because Animate Diff works the best in 1.5 so far. But yeah, like 100%, I have all the data ready. It's just a matter of freeing up the time on my machine to train the XLs.
Well, the generator on Civitai is really good with SXL concepts, actually.
For training.
Yeah.
I actually have not trained a LoRa through Civit. I probably should get on
All
that.
You
right.
should try it out. Try the concept trainer for SXL.
All right, bro. Looks like it is Demon 1.
Demon 1. All right. Sick. So I will 100% put that one on Civit after the stream. But because it won, let's go back to our basic photo. And let's get another prompt.
Demon
Cyborg.
Jabba the Hutt coming out of the Hellfire.
No.
No more Jabba the Hutt. No more Jabba the Hutt. No more Jabba the Hutt. Clearly, we cannot do
see,
Jabba the Hutt on Twitch.
No
Pixel
more
Push.
giant slug
Pic-
noodles.
Bro, Pixel Pusher is leaking too. He's infiltrated the culture too much. We can't let that happen.
So we're gonna do demons at 0.6, just demons. We're gonna do cyborg, robot limbs, mech android. From Poor Creepy Guy, he just put cyborg, please, and I just kind of elaborated on that.
Okay, and I hate to cut us, but we got time for like 3 prompts, and then we do have to wind it up because your boy has other Civitai work that he has to get done today. So
No,
as much as
100%.
I want to prompt all day, we'll run 3 prompts and then we'll close it out here.
100%. So here's our cyborgs with demon.
Whoa.
All right. It does detail like really well, and like,
Whoa, the purple one.
I-
The one with the purple.
should I do it on upscale the purple one? Let's go. And
Reminds me
like
a little bit about Mr. Freeze from the terrible Batman movies.
the terrible Batman movies. And then this last upscale is just gonna get it crazy. But the demon LoRa is actually sitting quite low right now. I think we can get it even more crazy. Let's get another prompt though. Angel of Vengeance. I like that one. Eurotaku.
Vengeance.
I like that. All right, look at our boy. Look at. Yeah, they're very good with detail. I'm gonna just bump up the demon a little bit and run that, and then we'll put in Angel of Vengeance. So yeah, now we're talking, getting more of that chaos element. Yeah, I actually really like robots with these LoRa's. They, like I said, they do detail very well. And you end up getting like these like really intricate, like fine little detailed results. Some of them are lame, but some of them are just like, God, man, like Schwarzenegger's back and he's gonna kill you. This one's really cool. I like this like skeletal thing going on here with this girl.
I like this like red like whatever it is that it's like putting on top of their armor.
Yeah, that's like very like basically a staple of the demons style is like this like glow. It always has like a glow to it, like this kind of, it's like kind of outlining. It's not like some of them are defined, but like this one, but there are
right.
other ones that are just like, you know.
All right, Phil. Phil, let's wrap it up with Will Smith eating spaghetti.
Oh my god.
Let's do it.
It has to be done.
Let's do it.
Oh boy. Upscale and all. Let's go.
Bro. See? This is what we're here for, guys.
That
I
bad.
This
don't
is
know.
though.
Yeah.
this is what we're here for.
It's wild.
This is what we are here for.
Nice shirt.
No,
though.
we could do
All right.
better than this. No, we could do better than this. Hold on. Sometimes the prompts need a little push into the chaos. I want a spaghetti. I'm not even gonna say it. I was gonna say something. I was like, no, probably shouldn't say that.
Oh my god, guys. This is
What is
epic.
this?
Bro, that's epic.
What is this? All right, we need to pick one to upscale. I'm thinking this one. Or like this, like.
Yeah, that one. I like the spaghetti frontal spine.
Oh god, I'm not ready.
I like the ones where he's taking the spaghetti into his hand and looking like gonna murder you with it.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is disco.
Oh.
For anyone who doesn't know disco, this is disco. Just fingers on fingers.
We're sorry, Will Smith. We're sorry. It's a compliment, really.
I don't know if it's a compliment. Oh, he looks like he's like half in the grave. All right, that about sums it up for this stream.
All right. Well, guys, with that being said, Phil, buddy, thank you so much for coming on again. We're definitely going to circle back with you in another month or so, because I'm sure with only the span of a couple weeks, everything you're doing continues to only get crazier and crazier. I'm super stoked that we guys, we were not planning on doing a 2-hour stream today. We actually didn't know this was going to be the guest creator stream until this morning, when Phil and I realized that we kind of had a time mix up. So this ended up being a really happy accident for today. I think this was a legendary stream. Phil, you want to say anything to kind of close us out here? Let people know where they can find you and some of the cool stuff you're working on behind the scenes.
Yeah, for sure. Without getting like too in depth, you can find me on Instagram. You can hit me up on Discord, wherever you see fit. Some of my videos, all animations, stuff like this. My recent post from today. That's just kind of like an overview of some of my art. Scroll back further enough, I have styles on styles. If you like what you see, just like hit me up. I do want to create more custom LoRas, put them on Patreon. Lots of developments happening with my GitHub. I'm going to continue building out not only the effects, but utility nodes for Comfy. Audio reactive is like big on my mind. I know it's big on a lot of people's minds. It's a big hurdle. Lots of different ways to do it. Yeah, thank you, Creepy Guy, for dropping my website in the Discord there. What else can I say? But thanks so much for having me on. But
always, man, always. It is my pleasure. You have been really instrumental to all the stuff that I've been able to do in the past year. So I'm really grateful. I'm always stoked when you know, even if you go MIA for a couple weeks, I know you're MIA because you're cooking something up, and then when you come back, those dreads have become an extension of your brain, and it somehow got even bigger. So, with that being said,
Oh.
guys, oh,
There's
Go
one.
for it.
There's one more advancement I'd like to drop too. I have created my version 2 of the depth map LoRa, as well as a normal map LoRa that is quite good. It's wild. I'm probably gonna drop V2 of the depth map on Civet. The normal map I'll drop in my Patreon, and yeah, like I love what you guys are doing with it. I see what Boog, I see what Spence, I see what all these amazing creatives are doing with the depth map LoRa, and I'm just like glad to keep contributing to the community.
dude, real
And,
quick,
yeah.
go pull up your Civitai profile on your screen, real quick. So, for any of you guys that are seeing Phil for the first time or that have not checked out his profile on Civitai, make sure you go to his profile on Civitai. The man has insane things that he has already released and shared with the community. Some things that I still use that he released almost a year ago. The entire depth map LoRa that we did the entire animation video on a week or two back, he created. That is on Civitai, as well as a simple workflow that I put on my profile to allow you guys to create the depth maps and then also to animate them in Animate Diff. That is all him. He gave me permission to kind of go and show that to you guys. Look at the normal map thing. So is this from your LoRa?
This is from my LoRa. This is actually video to video with diffusion and the normal map LoRa. So it has the ability to do text to video and make like abstract normal maps, but it also has the ability to do video to video normal maps. And I'm floored. Like, this is crazy. The fact that like the detail and like the level I'm getting out of this video to video here. But yeah, this is my LoRa. I scaled it up really hard, guys. I trained it on 20,000 pictures. Like, it was not a small feat to create the data, caption the data, and like do the thing. 20,000. It literally took me like a day and a half just to get all the data situated and like formatted correctly. Like a day of processing, not of like my time, like my computer just like doing the thing. Which
Man.
is bonkers.
Man. Well, guys, go follow Phil on Instagram at Machine Delusions. Go follow him on Civitai, download a bunch of his stuff, make cool art with it. And if you're so inclined and you want more of that sauce, go hit Phil up on Patreon and get access to some of the stuff that he is not putting on Civit. But with how community-minded Phil is, we know that he'll always be putting some stuff on Civit as well that
100%.
is top tier. So, with that being said, Twitch, we appreciate you. I will be back tomorrow for the normal AI video and animation stream. I don't know what we're going to do because I don't know how to top this, but we'll do something fun and we'll make some cool videos. Phil, thank you, buddy. Twitch, this is Civitai.com. You can find us on Instagram and on all the socials at Hello Civitai. Make sure you follow us because you're going to want to know when stuff like this is happening. And quite frankly, guys, there's no other AI place is doing this and giving you guys as much stuff to cook up with as we are. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. UTC, and then Ali will be back on Monday with the normal office hours stream to discuss everything we're doing. I've been making some really incredible stuff for the website for you guys that have not released yet that I can't show you, but you guys are going to be excited. So Twitch, peace. We'll catch you tomorrow. Phil, thank you again, buddy. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we are